I'm not working today, so thought I'd go ahead and get on and just chit chat. That's what I'm gonna do. As you can see, like Warhammer just a little bit, so gonna just talk about wargaming, whatever you guys would like to talk about. Just give me a minute here. I want to make sure this is showing up, because I want to make sure it's getting to YouTube today too. And there we are. Looks like I am there. Cool. Alright, well, you guys, that's what we're here for. We're going to give it a shot and see what's going on here. Okay, so anybody can join in. Just feel free to join in there, and we'll see what's going on. Good morning, David. How are you, sir? I am just messing around because I have the day off of work. So what I'm gonna do is I pick this up, if you can see it there, and I'm gonna see if I can put it together. Ashley got ahead of me and thought it would be best to separate all the parts for me, so that will make it fun. Just a tad. Oh, let's see. So this is a Warhammer 40K Primarus First Strike servo turret. It just looks cool. And apparently this moves. I can move it around the field, so I thought, why not? I'm getting into Warhammer a little bit. I want something I could deploy around the table there. Oh, you got to get to work today, David? All right, well, that's cool. Thanks for stopping by anyways, man. I mean, you got to get your kids to school. I got that. I understand. I'm just kind of, I've got some quiet time. And that's, if I'm going to do something like this, I'd rather do it when it's quiet. So, anybody can jump on in. I'm just going to sit here and chit-chat and play it by ear and see what happens and put this together. And then Ashley's going to paint it because she claimed it already. But before you go, I did my first attempt at decals. I never did them before, and they came out pretty good so far. I think I just got lucky on that. So I'll see if I can get this servo put together here. I mean, they come with instructions like, and you know, the base and the stickers, and I'm sorry, the decals and everything you need for it. The decals, that's something. Hello, Clint. I'm glad you could jump in and say hi. So I know Clint's busy working too. So some of these pieces were already done. So I am it's all pushed together parts. So let's see. First part is like the seat. And then it shows, well, see, this is kind of cool. I mean, it's already got the second half. The problem will be right here is how you're going to paint it when you put it together. So when I put this together, I'm not going to push it together too terribly tight because I'm going to have to get it apart to clean and to paint. That went together pretty easy. So bottom piece, and then this piece here. I see. So it goes back. It wants to put the head pieces together. Looks like the chest piece and oh boy, here's the head. That's little. That's going to be the tricky part there. I guess I could hold it in there. Hello, Clint. I'm betting you can't have the phone on where you're at. Let's see. Okay. So it's going to be the chest piece, the head. I know you can't see it that well. And the back piece. And that's a little tricky. Hold three of them together. There we go. Gives you the guy's head. I don't know what. So we got the seat. The head looks like an arm with. Now that can't go on, no. Oh, okay, so good grief. Well, that, let's see, this goes on the back, it shows. It looks like it's this piece here. And it wants to put it onto this, but that's in the way, it looks like. Yeah. It has to go there. Looking at the book, I don't see the other piece. That's interesting. Oh, I wonder if it does this. There we go. Okay, so if you get this, I don't know if you can see it right here, but this tube goes into his chest, and now let me get a better picture. The tube goes into the chest, and I guess this goes up to his eyes to see. That's interesting. So you get that, and then no, David, I haven't seen that. Where do I find that at? Where do I find that guide at? Because I would have to check that out. That sounds cool, especially if it's a free system. Yeah, we're still fairly new to the 40K world, so we don't know everything. It's just got into enough to get addicted, and then the wife is highly addicted. Of course, she has the Death Guard because, just like when we play tanks and stuff, she has to be the Soviets, so, that kind of thing. I mean, these are pushed together, so it's not difficult in that aspect. The good thing is you can put it together and then take it apart if you have to for painting, which obviously I'm gonna have to do. Okay. It wants it to go on there specifically. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of how it's setting. Boy, when I put it together, it's going to be with glue though, because it's not going to fit as tight as it should. Alright, so far so good. It's pretty simple. Not sure what this tail looking thing is he's got going on here, but apparently that's next. That went on pretty easy, and then the other arm, okay. All sorts of hoses and stuff. Okay. Yeah, this hose in the back, I would definitely glue it to where it's got to go. Because it's going to want to fit up on this little teeny tiny port. Okay, so they have a web page, Facebook, a Discord. Well, geez, I'm going to have to look them up David. And I'll check out that person on YouTube also. Yeah, I try to get my stuff budgeted as much as I can. Like this particular one, it's new, right? And it may not seem like much, but I saved a bunch of money looking for a good price. And I'll tell you what, the company I worked at gave us a $25 Amazon gift card, kind of like thank you for putting up with all the crap at work kind of thing. So I think I paid less than $4 for this thing total because I used the gift card. So and I have Amazon Prime, so I didn't pay for any shipping. So I thought, why not? I can add it. It's something that's mobile, and it looks kind of cool because, I mean, if you look at it, it looks pretty cool. You know, it comes on the platform, and you can do what you want with it. And it looks like the range is 48 inches, so that should cover me. It comes with 2 sets of guns. I think these are more like this is a different type of gun. I'm gonna put on the long range bolters because these have the 48-inch range on the tabletop. And let's see here. It's a last cannon. Okay. Thanks, Clint. Yeah, probably so, David. I don't know. I always used Amazon anyways for some stuff, or eBay. eBay I've gotten some kind of cool things off of. But there's just some things like household goods at Amazon that, if I'm going to go to the store, I can have them sent to the house the same price, but then I don't have to deal with all the idiots at the store. And in our area, it's Walmart, so it's just a store I try to avoid most of the time, if I can, Let's see, what else do we got to do here? So this is what I've got together so far. So it's the seat plus the so it's part of it. I have no idea what this doesn't connect to anything. I don't know if it's just something that's capped or for looks, or I don't know. But we'll find out. Let me get back to this book here real quick. No, I appreciate it, Clint. Actually, I appreciate all your guys' input because gaming is a learning experience, man, and it doesn't matter. It's kind of like anything else. No matter how good you are at something, there's always someone better, and there's always people that know more. So I'm a big fan of ask. I have people ask me. I share what I know. If I don't know, I ask, and I learned something right here from David there. So that's cool. I'll have to check it out. There's no reason for me not to. But let me get back to this real quick for a second. So I got the chair done, and then this is like the shield that goes in front of it. This is where you put the cannons on. So looking at this, let me get this close enough. See the ammo belt there? That's going to fit in that square. Yep. So actually nice. It's a really flush fit there. That's one, and it's a dual cannon. So like I said, I went with this because 48-inch range, and that will help me pretty much shoot across the table. So there we go. Push to fit, and they fit in there really snug. So when I take them out and they get painted, then we'll put them back. I kind of like the push to fit to a degree. It's just let's see here. This goes on. Where does these belt things go? So they got okay, at the bottom. So those actually should probably go on first. If you can see, they're supposed to go like this. The ammo cans. So I'm going to put the ammo cans on first, because then that way when you put the front on, you don't got to try to work around it. But see, something like this, you'd never be able to paint the backside unless you took it apart. Ooh, yeah, I would glue that, definitely. Not looking too bad though, really. That's bigger than I thought. Okay, so well, I guess the next part's going to be fairly easy. Here's the base. Yeah, you know, David, that Tamiya glue, that stuff is excellent. Clinton showed that to me years ago. And we got a bottle. I mean, we did dozens of tanks with that. I like it for going right in the seams and tight fitting places, especially with the tanks. I loved it. The Zap-A-Gap was good to hold on the barrels and stuff, when you've got to just hold it for a couple seconds to let it stick. But that extra thin cement with the brush, yeah, that stuff is excellent. It's like $5 here and I mean, I still have the bottle 2 years later, so oh, okay, so there are these little pads that are gonna go on the bottom of the base for that. I wonder if they, oh great, I'll have to look and see which one's what, because apparently they were numbered on the sprue, and Ashley decided to cut them off for me. And I'm betting because it depends on it lining up for the holes. Okay, so we'll leave the foot pieces off because they're just going to mount in there anyways. I'll have to fiddle with it. But basically, all I have is the gun pieces. There is a little decoration for the base. It's not much. It's a rock with some skull. It's not much. That cement, that is awesome stuff. It really is. So in a nutshell, let's see here. I mean, if you've already had some putting together experience, it's pretty fast. There you go. So here, I'll show you what this sucker has done. Long cannons. And I have no idea what that is, but that's supposed to be that way. And then, of course, it comes with the base. So, pretty much, I mean, look, it's a pretty good compared to your hand. Well, I have big, giant hands, I know, but they're pretty big model. And I just got it loosely pinned, so it's snug enough that loosely is okay, because I'm going to have to take it, obviously, apart to paint. And then I've got to figure out where these little feet go, because they were numbered. So, note to self, if you get one of these, look at where they go on that. But it did come with, you know, a full set of decals, more than you're going to use. And I've never used one of these, so the data's on the back. And looks like it'd be a pretty good addition to having out there. So, I mean, it is pretty cool. It'll work. And yes, Clint, the see, I like the Tamiya for the tanks in a lot of it. Zap-A-Gap is really good too. It's really good also. So yeah. So anyways, you guys, I just want to put that together, show you that little toy there. You can see some of my other Marines here. Man, Ashley's turning into a damn fine painter, man. She even did the power sword stuff. So I got some decals on, see, although these are a little easier on the bikes. The bike looks pretty cool. These decals, they don't like sitting on the rounded shoulder parts of those Marines. So, like a year ago, I bought this set of stuff for decals. It's kind of cool. I have not used this one. I just started using this micro set. And it's like 2 bottles. I mean, this would do, oh, good God, hundreds and hundreds probably. It's ridiculous. It's a lot for what you're going to do. So I read the directions and I practiced on it. I mostly just water transferred them first, and then I used this stuff. But this stuff is pretty good stuff. So hold on a second here, David. Yes, I seen you like the testers there, because I watch your live streams when I can. I think you do a really good job on them. Yeah, the textures, non-toxic. I haven't used any of them on these models, but I've used testers on when I built models in the past, like if you were just buying a car or a plane or a truck or something like that. Now, the brush-on Gorilla Super Glue, dang, that's a good idea. I never thought about that. Never thought about it. Because some of the Team Yankee stuff I got is plastic and some is the resin, you know. So I never thought of the brush-on Gorilla Glue. That's a good idea. And yeah, Ashley does really good work. I have not seen this Painting Happy Little Minis Facebook group, but I'll have her check that out. See, that's what I mean by learning a lot. This is why I like chatting with you guys, because I know some things, but other people know other stuff, and I mean, the internet's a big place. Part of what helped me with the 40K was watching some of the lore videos that were put on. And then I immediately understood why they keep this universe so fractured. Because it's a moneymaker. You fracture something, you could just arbitrarily bring in whatever and say, look, poof, from the rift comes this or whatever. So I see why Games Workshop did that. They can add new whatever whenever they want. So, but interesting, and a lot of devotion in the group. I think it's pretty cool, and I've seen some pretty helpful videos on getting to understand the background of some of these things. But I enjoy building them and painting them, and like I said, Ashley's doing some really good work. And what's interesting is she was never into that. I bought her a set from Bones paint kits, which are really cool because they have structures of certain paints with directions, and it teaches you with each kit how to do base coat, how to do layering, and so on. And she just took off with it. Now she's doing commission work for models. You know what I mean? Like, she traded the painting for a box of models instead of money. So I'm okay with that. Feeds the habit. Doesn't cost me anything, except for that she likes to paint my stuff, which is okay. I get some of the painting on there, and then she likes to do the fine detail stuff, which I honestly don't mind. While I'm working, it at least gets done. But I would definitely have her check out that Facebook group there, because that sounds like an interesting place to be also. So yeah, I'm glad you guys joined in at least. Clint and David, I know you said you had running to do, but I'm glad you guys showed up. It's kind of nice to have somebody there when you do something. And Dave, I'm glad you're in the group too. You'll have fun, boy. We're slowly converting some of these video gamers to tabletop stuff. But we'll get on there and game too. Like later, I'll get on there. I'm going to play some COD with some of the other members tonight because they're requesting it. So sure, I'll jump on there and probably live stream that to the Facebook group. But here at the YouTube channel, I'm not sure. It doesn't tell me how many people, or I don't see how many people. 3. Okay. So I have a couple people watching, which is cool. It's better than none. and that's a good thing. So I want to get it to where get more of an interaction group. I think it'd just be cool for various channel owners and gamers to just kind of hang out a little. There's a lot of isolation, I've noticed, where they're doing their thing to make money and such. That's fine. Mine's more like, if I make money off this, great, but I'm so far from that. That isn't the goal. The goal is to have fun, meet other gamers. Making money, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. But if you focus on that, then it takes all the fun out of it. So, rather have some fun. Oh, you get to hang around about a half hour before you leave? Well, I appreciate you posting that in the group there on the tanks, because I haven't even built it yet. It's still sitting in that set, which I just can't say enough about that set. It was really a good value, and I needed the rule book, and I just couldn't see paying $35 for the rule book, but for $15 more, I got the new updated book with all that stuff. So I just in my head, it didn't make sense to do that, and $15 in the grand scheme of things is not gonna make much difference in life. So yeah, that set was awesome. Oh, okay, so they do a show on Thursdays. I'll have to check that out. Is it through their Facebook group then, Dave? Is it through? Yeah. Well, everybody would love to. I'm not going to lie. Would it be great to be able to build it to the point where you can make enough money to do this for a living? Sure, because it does have nothing to do with being rich. You're not taking, you can make millions of dollars. You ain't taking it when you die. It's not going with you. You ain't taking a fancy house. You're not taking that fancy car. None of that. So, for me, I think it'd be cool if it ever got to the point where instead of going to work and listening to people scream and yell at me, if I made the same income doing this as I did at a job, then I'd be happy. I'd still be broke, because what I make now is, I'm telling you, America isn't full of a bunch of rich people. Man, there's a lot of us are struggling, and we live literally week to week. It's all we can do to do this. Some of these things like this, like I said, I bought it with a gift card that the work handed out. My Indominus set, that was a pricey, so I had to save for that for months and months. It wasn't just, I have this to throw down. So, yeah, sure, that would be cool, Oh, you know what, Dave? You gave me a lot of information. I'm going to have to go back through this chat, and I'm going to write it down before I get off of here, because sorry, that is funny, David. Yes, they can bury you with the minis. They can, because it's a physical object. You could take that, to the afterlife. But I better not. There better not be an afterlife where I have to do the same kind of job. Just saying. You could do that. What's your last request? I want all my minis to go with me. I spent thousands of dollars over my lifetime. Yeah? But there'd be no room in the coffin. Well, that's okay. Turn me sideways. I guess. About the only thing you could do. Oh, and Clint says, I'm glad I'm out at work too, Clint. See, Clint, and just to let you guys know, he works at the same place we do. And go figure. Just a second here. Okay. Because I'm trying to do a live chat, so of course my son is calling. Oh, me see, does that work? So. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. It's what happens when you have kids. But me and Clint work at the same place. We don't, of course, they don't have us working together because we would probably game like we did a few times. Let's see here. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you have children. So, yeah, we work at the same place. Have they been doing their Space Marines, scaling them up? Yes, I believe so. So this is another Dave there, sir. So yeah, they have. I mean, I don't know if you know anything about the bikes. These are kind of cool. I'm proud of my decals, man. I've never done them. This is the first time I've done them, but yeah. So yeah, they are. And then I was working on putting this together to show it off. I'm trying to get a good camera angle there. Yeah, they've been beefing up the Space Marines a little bit. They're beefing. Oh, see, it came off. They're beefing up a lot of it too. Yeah, I'm trying to do it proper. Because I have other Space Marines. I was too afraid, honestly, to try to do the decals, and then 2 days ago I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. If I ruin it, I guess I'll scrape them off and I'll order a sheet somehow. So sat here and did it, and the trick that worked for me was little teeny tiny pair of tweezers, little ones, and then the stuff I bought a while ago, I used this. But what I did is I dipped them in the water. I got them a little wet. I had Ashley hold the figure still there, or turn it at an angle, and then you're going to see this fancy thing. I used a toothpick, and I just slid the decal off, and then as soon as we did it, took a brush, and then used it to flatten it out with this, because at first, in all honesty, those markings on the shoulder don't want to set right. They're like, it's a square sticker going on a rounded, or a square decal, I'm sorry, going on a rounded part. So we used that micro set with a brush, had the water under it, and just brushed it smooth after a couple minutes, and then patted it with a little piece of, I had a little tiny piece of a wet paper towel that I damped it. So it took a little bit, but that's how we did it. Well, so, all right, Mr. Moffat, you work in a sports chain out there. Oh, you sharpen skates. Oof. Well, don't cut yourself doing that. You need your fingers for the models. And the other Dave, sir, can the barrels be magnetized? I don't think so. Here, they come apart. And the reason I don't think so is, see, you might have some room. There's this little tiny stub, but I might, I can look into it, because what that would do is it comes with two sets. It comes with two sets of guns, so you could swap out the barrels, and that would be great. So it's something I'm going to look at trying to do with the barrels, because I like having the options. On the tanks, we've got the turrets magnetized. Those are a great way to, you want to swap out a turret, or you can, So at first, when we first got the tanks building with the Gale Force 9 tanks, we didn't know so much about the magnets, and Clinton had brought that up. So then we got the magnets. And yeah, anytime you can swap barrels out, turrets, or whatever, armor, whatever you can with your miniatures and your models, then you're going to get more mileage out of it. Because, see, the goal is they want you to buy, oh, look, man, I wish I could use both. You guys know that. So you put it together one way. Then you have to go buy another kit. Now, when you pay $30 for a $1.50 worth of plastic, of course they're making a lot of money. You know, the distributor's making money, the store's making money, the company manufacturing is making money. So I always try to get the most mileage out of it if I can. On these, I don't know. It's the way they set up under an angle there, so I don't know. I have to give it a shot. I'm sure I'd be able to. I mean, I don't see why not. That's why they make files, and that was something else. I don't have one handy. Somebody asked me about. So we have a store out here. They're like dollar stores. They're called 99-cent stores or dollar stores or Dollar Tree. They have a place called Harbor Freight and Tool. No, I'm not affiliated with any of those. I'm not a spokesperson. There, I got my legal crap out of the way. But you know, you go there and they have some sets of files that are like $3 or $4 for a whole package, and they're metal files. And boy, they work really nice on the plastic. Just files it right down nice and smooth, and cheap. $3 or $4 for like 15 different types of files. So I would do that and see. I mean, we can probably see. I have to really try to see if that'll work. But the Space Marines, you guys can't see. There's a whole bunch of them up here. This is another one here. This is what comes in the Dominus set. I mean, look at this guy. You know. And it even came with terrain for the base. A skeleton, which is a skeleton of a Necron, so it's a dead Necron there. The kit came with a lot. So that's a good idea, to use a pin vise to recess the areas out. It's just, it's really tiny, so I could try. We'll give it a shot and we'll see, and I'll let you guys know how it works. I mean, worst case scenario, you could just glue the whole thing together. And you'd be a spokesperson, Mr. Moffat, for LA's Totally Awesome. Yeah. I just did my mini disclaimer because there's just a lot of stupid stuff I've noticed people overreact to on the internet. So I'm not here to take anybody's claim to any name other than ours, which, you know, I bought the domain names, I own the names. So other than that, all the rights go to the other businesses. I don't want to try to claim anything. But that might be an idea to do that. It's going to be a project. It's going to be a little bit, just because it's not like, I don't know, and it's at an angle. So if you, let me show it back up this way again. So let's see here. See the little hole there? But it's recessed. It's actually a set in recess. So might be able to magnetize that, but then there just isn't much to work with here. See that? I mean, really, that's all the space you'd have to work with a magnet. It's possible. May as well try, because then I could swap the guns out. But for Dave, the reason I put these guns on was the 48-inch range it says on the card. I mean, I figure if I could only set one in there, then I'm going to set the one in that gives me some distance, you know, on the table. Not that we have a giant table, but we'll see. I'll see what I can do with that. and keep you guys. I'll let you guys know too if the magnets work. I have to give it a shot and see. But yeah, so anyways, the Warhammer box, the Indominus box, is coming along pretty good. I mean, thing is, you can see too. There's other miniatures like the Elder Scrolls. Ash has got most of those painted. It's some really nice detail on that, and then the terrain that came with that company is pretty good. My son got that, and I put that on the Instagram, the Gamers of Coffee Instagram. And there's photos there too of that. But let's see here. I was going to bring something up. I can't remember exactly what I was going to bring up, but yeah, wargaming is something that we like to do, and something we're going to always do. So, always going to look for things that work or for good deals. And this particular Primarus Fire Strike servo turret, well, it's supposed to be deployable and movable on the field. So, oh, yeah, on our interceptors, I don't know where my box is. I could show you. Hold on a second. If I can reach it over here, get around my dog. Oh, maybe not. Oops. Right here. Oh. So Ashley is up. She's going to grab the box for me in just a second. You can go. You just got off of work though, babe. So, this is storage. So, talking about these guys, right, with the jumps. So, you want to know what the magic with this is? the magic with this was hot glue. Mr. Moffat, hot glue. That's it. That was the magic. Otherwise, they kept wanting to fall. It was a good idea, terribly executed, like really badly executed. And that's what we did to figure out those. And this here was something Clint gave me to get started with. One of my first things, and then decided to base it. And he kind of got me started in it. This was one of the very first ones. And just kind of added to it, but I didn't have a quote set or a collection. I kind of had some oddball stuff. So what I did is I got that Indominus set so that I had, correct sets of things. But those flight stands are really goofy, yep. And I didn't think about pinning them. That's a good idea. I really didn't. We just took the hot glue gun out and said, screw it, I'm tired of this. And put the hot glue on there. That's what did it. And it works. So, I mean, in some areas, because you're not going to see it, the hot glue dries clear, if you get too much on there, well, it's on their back, but for the most part, it just dries pretty clear, and, it's something super cheap and easy. I may have mentioned that before, sir. I don't know. But hot glue is what worked with those. It was the only way we could keep them from falling off. Otherwise, no matter what, it was not good. Oh, yeah. So I want to show you guys something. Well, you're there, Mr. Moffat and Dave. So, Ashley has expanded her painting. So she wants me to show you guys this. So, ready? Okay. This is, if you recognize this, it's a cardboard, just something that came out of,
I think it was one of our printer boxes.
Yeah, I think it came out of the box of the printer that we had, right? It shows she painted it black. Just a second. And then she did it so it looks like a Necron thing. See, for Necrons, to make like a Necron base. This dude was just a cardboard insert out of a box. Hold on a second. Oops. So she's done that. And then she did a bigger one, which I can't show all of it, but you kind of get the idea that as these pieces were free. So so she turned cardboard into flat out Necron bases, which just really, you wouldn't, you know what I mean, if you didn't know it was cardboard and I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know. You just wouldn't know. So she wanted your guys' opinion. They said it's really very nice, Mash. So there we go. So that's terrain. But I told her you may as well paint the inside. You know why? It's cardboard. So you don't want it to soak up any moisture. I mean, once the paint dries, it's a barrier. So these pieces, I think, will work pretty good for like if you're fighting in a Necron homeworld type of thing to add to the table. And they're free. So if you guys order something or you go to the store and you buy a printer or you get anything with packaging and it looks like you could fit it on the table, that's what she did. That's what she did. So she's kind of proud of that, and she wanted me to show you guys. So they think it's very nice and very Necron. And she just got off of work and was laying down and heard me out here talking. So being poor, you got to try to figure out what can you do. If you didn't know any better, that would be an expensive looking kind of thing. So, pardon me. Throat's getting dry. But yeah, so we were discussing about doing, and if you guys want to join in, we could do it like as a group thing too. Just like a video of we could just sit around and talk about the terrain pieces we made or things like that. Because a year or so ago, I messed around with getting molds, designing my own stuff. So like I made go to ground markers for the Team Yankee guys when your guys go to ground, and some tank traps, which I'd have to show you, and a few other things. And I made them by hand, and then bought the mold, made a mold, and then bought the 2-part resin, and then I made the pieces. And actually, quite a few people I ended up giving stuff away to. So I was kind of proud of that. Getting terrain done, yeah, it's kind of hard to do, but something like this, she's been working on the last few days, just a little at a time. Yeah, because I'm waiting for you to finish your guide. Yeah, she's waiting for me to finish some of my stuff, but unfortunately work has been holding me up. And then I thought, well, this morning I'm going to get on and do a little live stream, say hi, see if I can talk with anybody, which I'm glad you guys showed up, and just kind of hang out a bit. And then I'm going to see if I can get more of the decals done, because I just want to do it right, you know. Of course, I'm not as good as the painters and workshop people they got that do it 24/7, but that looks out. So, and terrain is time consuming for sure, really. And there's 2 Daves in here, so that's why I say Mr. Moffat for you, David, and the other David, I'll say Dave. So Dave, yeah. It did come out pretty awesome. It really did. If it was on a table and I didn't tell you it was cardboard and you were just looking at it, it looks like a highly detailed resin piece, but yet it's just packaging. So So that I think is pretty cool. But it does take a little bit of time on that. So I don't know what you guys think, but I think it'd be kind of fun to hang out and have a terrain discussion for whoever wants to be involved. Actually, I have this going to Facebook. That's my fault. I have not even checked to see if there's any questions for you guys on Facebook. I'm sorry. It's kind of difficult to do going to different places at the same time, but anyways, I'm glad I had some time off this morning, so why is it saying a giveaway? I've got to try to fix the setting. This is not a giveaway. I don't know why it's showing up on Facebook that way. Maybe I changed the titles, but maybe not there. So anyways, you guys, wargaming is a fun thing to do. My only regret is I don't have enough time to do it, and hopefully everybody gets to where they can do it. I mean, why not? It would be a fun way to make a living if you could do it. In the meantime, just gotta have some fun. That's about it. And I'm gonna show off one thing. Let's see here. I know what the problem with my hobby is. I run out of room. So I had this ordered. I ordered this for my desk, so I'm going to show it off. It's going to go here to work on. So it's a. Oops, my arm's in the way. It's a mouse pad, man. It's a giant one. So it should be able to cover the area here where I work on. And so I got that for us from a company. I thought, well, I'll order one, see what it looks like. It looks cool enough. I might give one of these away, but it costs $20 to order it. So I figure if I give that away, I'll do it to somebody who appreciates it. And yeah, it is difficult, the terrain. But I enjoy building the models more. Putting terrain together though and painting them. I should show you, man. Ashley, I think she went back. She just got off work a little bit ago, so I think she went back to the room there. In which case I don't want to yell. It'll blow your eardrums out. I'll show you here.
Yeah.
Do you have your Necron, the martyr, or not the martyr walls? Do you remember where those are? I'll have to show them sometime. It came in one of the kill team boxes, did it not?
That was Keegan's kill team box.
Yeah, but the walls, I thought. Anyway, she was painting the walls, so there's some terrain that's really nice to just throw it on the table, and it adds to the game. But the problem is I have some stuff put away that, speaking of terrain, I'd like to show you, but most of it. I tried building it, but it's expensive to build yourself. It really is if you're going to mold it and stuff. And then, you can sell it. But those are the end pieces. Okay, just one wall out. She's getting it out of her game cabinet there. So these are.
Well, there's two different ones.
Yeah, I know. Just hand me one.
There's the one with the book.
Okay. So this is one of the martyr walls that come in the kit. It's like a trench. So she painted the books and then she added the books are plain, so she added like writings to it herself. And then, so this is part of that trenching system. And then there's ammo cans on the back. And of course your guys move in. And
Well,
you
each
can
one.
cap.
Yeah, that's the right one.
You can cap the ends off with these end caps if you want. So these things came and they fit together there if you want them to. I would have never glue them though, because you can take it apart that way. And then this is the other part. Oh, you got. Oh, so it's
Well, it's been sitting.
yeah, I know. A little bit of dust. And then this is the other part of it. It's, see the different design there with the eagles and stuff, or eagles. Yeah, kind of.
I think they are. It's
what
the
it is.
Space Marine eagle. So it would be technically an eagle, a double-headed eagle.
So she added, that was hot glue you put there, right?
No,
What would you put that?
that was, I just drilled a hole out and put a bunch of that moot green,
Okay.
and I watered it
Just
down
looks-
a little bit to make it look like it's
And the
waste
inside
coming
was
up.
just black with brushed gold, right? Or
Yeah.
that
brushed bronze. Yeah.
the bronze. So these kind of things, they help when you're playing, but they're already pre-made. I mean, imagine trying to make something with that kind of detail would be pretty difficult. But I'd say doing a video of just the train is going to be something that we'll have to do there. Yeah. So there you go, guys. And what was I gonna say? There's just too much. There's too much I'd like to go through, but we'll stick with the Warhammer stuff for the most part on this one. We probably should do one on different terrain for tanks. I mean, a lot of people don't even know that the games exist, much less know that there's things to add to it, and then a lot of them that do don't know that you can make it, or if they think you can make it, they're not quite sure how. And really, there are some terrain videos, but some of it's a little difficult. Ours, we're going to just do a simple one. I mean, but it does cost money to make your own terrain. It's not necessarily cost effective unless you do what she did with the cardboard inserts, which was free. I mean, we had to buy the printer anyway, so it didn't matter. The packaging is still part of it. Yeah. All right, she's heading off to bed. All right, yeah, no problem, Mr. Moffitt. Thank you for showing up, sir. It was nice to have you here, and I'm glad you're in the group. You have a good day at work. Yeah, work is always fun. And I do appreciate you guys showing up. Yeah, I do appreciate you guys showing up. So, any questions there? Just let us know. And Dave, yeah, there's quite a few things we're doing, and you do some spectacular work yourself with leather things. Like you were making a leather dice roller, weren't you? Like a dice tray. So next time, or if you have it, next time we need to show that off so people can see that you do handmade things like that, because that's pretty cool. And yay, we have gained more subscribers, so that's good. We're kind of steadily climbing. I mean, we started with 2 subscribers, so now we got 73. That's pretty good. And it's just kind of a slow little increase, but that's okay. I'd rather have people join it because they want to and stay and have some fun. You know what I mean? So that's all good. And hopefully Clint and Mr. Moffitt have a good day at work. Because I'm glad I got the day off. I'm glad. And like I said earlier, I'll keep you updated with the magnets there. But I do appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for showing up. I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and end this here where it's at a little bit. And what I'm going to try and do is Thursdays get in and get something going on my days off where I can just hang out with you guys in the morning, because I think that's the best bet for me. And see what's up. You can send us suggestions to gamerswithcoffee@gmail, or suggestions@gamerswithcoffee.com. That's the actual email on the website. I check the Gmail more often, so it's a lot easier to get a hold of us there. You can send us a message on the Facebook group too. On the page, I'm sorry, there's a way to message me. You can, and if you happen to watch this later and you're not a part of the group, well, then join, because we have some fun. That's what gaming is about, is fun. And I'm going to see what's up with this, and hopefully we can figure out a solution to magnetizing that. We'll have to see. Alright, you guys, thank you for showing up. I appreciate it a lot. I'm going to see if I can get some of these decals going here and finish them up, because I do want to make them look proper, my little Space Marine guys. These are the ones next, because they're pretty much done being painted. So I've got to get their shoulders done. The one guy, I'm going to show you this before I leave. This one was kind of a pain. His arm has, believe it or not, if you look, I don't know if you can see it, there's a skull, and then there's all this little writing. See that? Doesn't look like it, but right there is all sorts of writing that had to be put on there. That was kind of a pain. But the figure itself came out really good. So getting the stickers on there makes a difference, or the decals, I'm sorry. It adds to the character. Yeah. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here, you guys. Thank you again for joining in. I appreciate it. Let's get together and do something on the terrain thing. I think that would be fun. I know Clint would like to get in on that too. Alright. You guys have a good rest of your day.